I the a-hole for putting the truck in my name? I, female 20, and my fiance, male 23. We bought a 90s car that needed some work. He got it fixed and he started driving me places in it. When I would ask or show that I wanted to drive, he got very upset about it. I never got to drive it, but his friends have. We ended up splitting for a minute over it. I recently put a down payment on a 2022 Toyota Corolla double cab. I went to my uncle to get it and we signed for it, and I put my name and my uncle co-signed for it. When I pulled in with it, he came outside smiling ear to ear. He hugged me and thanked me for getting him his dream truck. I was trying to explain to him that it was mine, but he had already jumped in it. He then seen the paperwork laying there and asked if he needed to sign for it. Before I could answer, he read whose name was on it, and he slowly got out and went into the house. He didn't speak to me for the rest of the night. While he was at work, he texted me and said, "It's really disrespectful that you got my dream truck and didn't put my name on it. I'll be staying at my mom's tonight." I didn't respond. Later on, he sent me a pic of a GMC asking if it was pretty. I said I didn't like GMC, but if he liked it, it's pretty. He said, "Well, it doesn't matter, you got the Toyota." So I just left him on red. He had yet to come home, and I'm regretting getting the truck. So am I the a-hole? Edit. I forgot to mention that my uncle co-signed because I didn't have any credit yet. But I got the truck, you have to have credit. My uncle had some bomb-ass credit, so he was willing to sign because I've been saving up for a Tacoma. I saved up $4,000 to put down and got a loan. My uncle didn't care to do it because I make roughly $1.2K every month, plus I have a savings account my grandpa put up for me. My grandpa said I can use it to pay for the car if need be. I don't know how much it is, but my grandpa said it could get me through life with no worry for a year or so. Edit 2. Everyone is concerned about me affording the truck, so I'm going to break it down for you. He owns the house we live in. Utilities are no more than $300, which he pays. We spend at most $350 a month on food. I pay half of the $350. I'm on my dad's insurance, so he pays it. So all I pay for is the truck, and it was $150 to $175. The truck is a little over $37,000. The payments every month is $530. I've paid more a month on a car while paying other bills. I was able to not get such a high payment due to my uncle having good credit, plus I'll be paying it off over 72 months. But I can always trade it in if that's what I want in the future. NTA, and I really hate to be one of those people on Reddit telling a stranger to end their relationship, but please reconsider the marriage with this man. At the very least, postpone the wedding if there is a date set already. And see about getting counseling, individual or maybe as a couple. Know if he's actually abusive, then don't get couple counseling. Your fiance sounds entitled, but what is the red flag for me is that he is being dominant and you're adopting the very submissive position. Why did you never get to drive the truck that you contributed to buy? He got upset and that was it? You gave in? He allowed other people to drive your van but not you, and he got away with it? Then you went and got a truck for yourself, since you clearly gave up any kind of pretense to use the vehicle you already have. He assumed the truck was for him, then got upset when he saw it was only in your name and decided to punish you by giving you the silent treatment and going away. Pay attention to this detail. He still doesn't acknowledge that the truck isn't his. Why are you letting this happen? Why are you not standing up for yourself with this man? Why are you regretting buying a vehicle that you like? Your husband is an a-hole, and he may or may not be abusive, but it's clear he doesn't respect you and think he can bulldoze you over and get whatever he wants. If you marry him, this will only escalate. Keep the truck, lose the man. Am I the a-hole for letting my mother and brother become homeless? A little background. My mom, 61 female, and my brother, 40 female, live on the East Coast in a two-bedroom apartment together. I, 37 female, live across the country. My mom had some substance abuse issues about 10 years ago and was in a really bad place in life, to which I emptied my savings account and gave her $12K to go to rehab as she was facing living on the streets. It helped her for a short time to get back on her feet. She got a job and worked her way into an apartment, which eventually was upgraded to where she lives now. My brother moved in with her because he broke up with his girlfriend and moved to live with my mom, who he knew would pay for everything, so he didn't have to keep a job. Well, this worked out for them until the pandemic hit, which in point they both lost their income. They lived for a while on some unemployment, but that ran out about 8 months ago. I didn't want to see them living on the streets, so I told them I would help them for 6 months to get back on their feet while looking for a job. They didn't get jobs and used the money I was paying as an excuse to not work and just stay home. 6 months came and went, then I kept helping for an additional 2 months. When I would tell them I was done, they would say some pretty awful things to me. Well, I finally told them I was done giving them money and it's not fair. I have paid roughly $10K of my money to them while they aren't even trying to get their lives in order. I found out they didn't use all the money I gave them for rent for June and only paid half. Now they have late fees and still haven't paid the rest. They also have $0 for July, so obviously they are going to be evicted. I sent them shelter information, to which they refused to stay there and told me they will live in my brother's small car with no AC. My mom has some serious back problems, so I know the likelihood of getting employment is nil, as she can't stand for longer than 20 minutes at a time. We tried disability, but it was denied. But my brother is a fully capable man. I have the money to help. It wouldn't bankrupt me by any means, but this money I'm trying to put towards my future and retirement with my husband, so I don't end up in this situation. My mom keeps telling me without help, they will be homeless within the month. And I feel awful not helping her because she's an old woman, but the thought of helping my brother too in the process keeps me from giving her anything. So am I the a-hole if I don't continue to pay for their rent and let them become homeless instead? NTA, time to stop enabling them. Yep, they keep saying without OP's help, she's not helping. She supported him completely. They have 8 or 9 months to get their crap together while their bills being paid, and they've done nothing. That's on them. Funny when you gotta get high, you find a way to make money up here. Speaking from a mental health perspective, rather than addiction, I find that while I struggle with pretty basic things some days, the times when I have no other option, I seem to cope a lot better. Like my brain just can't handle the thought of something when there's an alternative. But when there isn't, my anxiety is less for some reason. Sometimes I think it needs an emergency to kick us into gear. NTA, if you keep paying, you will be paying until she dies. Then your brother will be in the exact same situation, just 10 years older. Never let them step foot in your house. You will never get them out.